Do flight attendants need to have complete teeth? Good morning friends, welcome to a new video. I hope you guys are doing just swell, and I hope that the first 2 days of 2021 are treating you well, or at least better than 2020. So in today's video I wanted to do something fun. If you know Mayim Bialik from The Big Bang Theory, I was watching one of her videos where she answers the web's most asked questions about like her and The Big Bang Theory and her co-stars and all of that, and I thought that would be fun to do that in like a flight attendant way. So I'm gonna sit down a little bit later and just Google questions that people ask about flight attendants and answer them for you guys. But first, have to do a quick workout, get ready for the day, have some breakfast, and then we'll sit down and do that fun video.
I wonder, is it worth living now? They told me dreams come true once you live it out. I picked up pieces from my childhood in a broken house and heal my soul from the trauma we've been given now. I hear the whispers in the wind under smoky clouds and tell myself once again, I'ma work it out. So much shit can happen, yo, it got me tripping now. Yeah, it's feeling different now. Feel like I'm zoned out, put my phone down, damn it's cold out. Plotting on a rollout, we took our own route, really on our own now. These them winter schemes, plotting for better dreams, cooking flows and melodies for OGs with felonies who've been locked since the 70s. You gotta pray for enemies with jealousy, they only feed off the good-hearted, just don't.
This feels so weird that I'm wearing like a full face of makeup right now. I bought this Maybelline Superstay ink crayon in the shade Make It Happen like 4 months ago, and I hadn't ever worn it, but love it obviously. Usually when I go to work and I put on makeup, I only do the top half of my face and I don't wear any lipstick because obviously we're still wearing masks. It's like a legal requirement at this point. Plus I love you guys and I just wanted to put some extra effort for you. So I did go ahead and just type in certain phrases like why flight attendant, do flight attendants, and I just let Google ask me the rest, and so I'm gonna go ahead and answer those for you guys. So first one, why flight attendants are beautiful. I don't know. But also thank you for that compliment because I'm a flight attendant, therefore I'm guessing it's implied. Why flight attendants quit? For a bunch of different reasons. There are some people who become flight attendants knowing that they're only going to do that temporarily. It's a step towards something else that they want to do. Some people especially become international flight attendants because they know that they just want to like travel and see as much of the world as possible while they're young, so that when they're done and they've fulfilled that dream of traveling of theirs, then they can come home and, you know, settle into a more stable job. But yeah, it could also just be a bad experience. Sometimes you just don't get along with management. Sometimes you want to focus and spend more time on your family, or maybe you started your own business while you were flying and now your business is taken off and now you just want to focus majority of your time and energy into that. So there's a bunch of different reasons. I can't answer for every flight attendant. What flight attendants notice in 3 seconds? Oh, is this about the passengers? Yes. Okay, well, we are trained to just be very situationally aware, especially during boarding and also every time we just walk up and down the aisle. We're checking just to see which of our passengers could possibly assist us in the event that something goes wrong. Usually we're looking for men who are like and this sounds like we're literally just checking out the guys and to see who's muscly and, you know, well built. We are looking to see who's well built, but not for the reasons you think, I swear. We're looking to see who looks like, you know, a strong enough man. Well, I mean, we'll also look at women as well because, you know, you can't be biased. If we were to have a passenger who starts causing trouble, especially to the point where they want to start fighting other passengers or trying to fight the crew or just be really aggressive, you want to make sure that you have other passengers that can assist you, who are able to control that passenger, who are able to restrain that passenger. So that's in fact what we're looking for. Also, in the event of an emergency where we need to evacuate, we want passengers who are able to open the emergency exits and who are able to assist other passengers down the slides or whatever the case is. We're literally always thinking of worst case scenario and how we can make it easier to get everybody out of the plane alive. life. What flight attendants don't want you to know? I'm not too sure. There's a ton of different ways to answer this, because the things we don't want you to know are like very silly things, like how to open the lavatory door from the outside. What flight attendants do? Well, I'll tell you one thing, we are not waitresses in the sky. That is the reason why right now during COVID we aren't even doing a service on our aircraft, yet you still need all of us on that aircraft, because technically we're only there for your safety. The service is always a cherry on top that the airlines decided to offer to passengers. Really, our main focus for being on that aircraft is to get you passengers from point A to point B safely. How to evacuate an aircraft in under 90 seconds, how to help somebody that's having a heart attack, how to help somebody that's giving birth. Although it doesn't happen on every single flight, those are the things that we're always ready to do. What flight attendants say before takeoff? Well, we give cabin secure to the pilots, but for us personally, about 30 seconds before we land, we start doing a 30-second silent review. This is required. We have to do it for every takeoff and every landing. We do a 30-second silent review to ourselves in our heads. We just go over and think about the things that we would do in the event of an emergency. If something happens on takeoff, on landing, if we crash, what are my responsibilities? What are my duties? What exit am I responsible for? What equipment is closest to me that I can grab? What are my shouted commands at that point? If you're ever sitting close enough to the flight attendants, you'll notice that on takeoff and on landing, even if they're like chitty chatty, as soon as like you go into full power ready for takeoff, you'll see them sit quietly, they'll take up a braced position, and you'll see that they're focused on something, and that's usually the 30-second silent review. What flight attendants hate? Let me know if you want me to do a video on that too, because flight attendants also have their little pet peeves, and I'm sure I've done a pet peeves video before. I can always do it again, so let me know. Are flight attendants rich? I wish. Some airlines pay better than others. Of course, if you fly for your national carrier, chances are your salary is much better than if you fly for like a low-cost carrier. But majority of the time, no, flight attendants get paid like regular, decent. We get paid decent. We're not rich. Are flight attendants trained to land planes? I don't think so. I was never trained to land a plane. Our job is strictly in the cabin, not in the flight deck. Are flight attendants easy? Excuse me? No, of course not. That's actually really offensive. I just think nowadays people just like, we do this job more for the love of it and not... I don't think that's a fair assumption to make about flight attendants, honestly. That's kind of rude. I don't like that people search that. Are flight attendants scared of flying? That would be weird, wouldn't it? I don't know anyone that's scared of flying, but I do know quite a few flight attendants who are scared of heights. I don't think a lot of flight attendants are scared of flying, otherwise you would literally be torturing yourself daily if you were. How are flight attendants trained? Very intensively, I'll tell you that much. I have a bunch of flight attendant training, recurrent training vlogs that I've done before, so I will put it in the cards above one of my most recent training videos. We're trained before we get the job, when we get the job, and then we have to go through recurrent training to make sure that we still know how to do our jobs every single year. We never stop training on how to do our jobs. Do flight attendants make a lot of money? I've just answered this one. No, not really. Do flight attendants need to know how to swim? Yes, we do. You don't need to be an Olympic swimmer. You don't need to be like amazing at it, as long as you are comfortable in water and you can get yourself from point A to point B without having a full-on panic attack. The aircraft does have life jackets, but usually if you're crashing in water, there's not a huge warning. So you need to be able to at least support yourself in a body of water. Do flight attendants hook up with passengers? Oh, you guys are forward. I don't know if they hook up with passengers, honestly. I do know of a few flight attendants who have met people that they are currently dating on their flights, but it was never a hooking up situation. It was maybe, can I get your phone number? Can we meet for dinner when you're back in the city? Then, you know, something develops from that, which I think is normal. We just are customer facing. We do meet so many people on a daily basis. It's just like any other workplace. It's possible that you can meet someone to date at your workplace and that's not any different as a flight attendant, but I don't think flight attendants just hook up with random passengers every day. Like that's a bit much. Do flight attendants go home every night? That depends on what airline you fly for. If you're an international flight attendant, you probably have layovers in different countries altogether, and then you come home maybe after 4 or 5 days. If you fly for a domestic airline, as I do currently, yes, we do come home every night. There is about a 2% chance of getting a night stop, which is what we call it. We don't really call it a layover, we call it a night stop when you have to spend the night in a different city. In general, if you fly for a domestic carrier, then yes, you will be home every single night. Do flight attendants need to have complete teeth? What? That one actually threw me. I don't know. I guess as long as you have like a full smile, like if you don't have like teeth in the back, then it doesn't really matter because who can see. But I don't know if it's like something that's like necessary. I don't know if it's a requirement or anything like that. I don't know. Do flight attendants clean toilets? Absolutely not. If there's a mess in the toilet or somebody throws up all over the toilet or something, we lock that toilet and move on. But sometimes you don't actually have the luxury to do that, because I used to fly on an aircraft that was small and only had one bathroom. So if somebody did mess something in the toilet, and let's say it's 15 minutes into a 2-hour flight, sorry Andy, but you're gonna have to clean up that bathroom. You're just gonna have to suck it up and do it, because also what if I need to be? It depends, I think, more on the aircraft, if you have alternative options. Do flight attendants know air marshals? No, I'm pretty sure the air marshals are secret. Even the CAA inspectors that come onto our flights to check us, we usually don't know them. We don't know who they are beforehand or anything like that. They can introduce themselves to us eventually if they see a problem or if they want to assist us with something, but in general, no, they are a complete secret, a complete mystery. We don't know who they are or what they look like. Do flight attendants hit on passengers? If you're attractive enough. Where do flight attendants sleep? I recently posted a video where we went to the SAA 747 museum, and on larger aircraft, especially wide body aircraft, there is a crew rest area. So if you're flying international, chances are there will be a crew rest where crew have to take a break and go and get in a little shut-eye in that area where passengers are not allowed. I fly on a Boeing 737. It does not have a crew rest area. Also, our flights aren't long enough that we require crew breaks during the flights. Usually we can do a whole day of flying and then you come home and you sleep in your own comfy bed. Okay guys, that is it for the web's most asked questions about flight attendants. I hope you enjoyed it. I thought it was a fun way to kind of break up these at-home vlogs because I'm not flying yet. I'm still waiting for new inserts from the CAA, so hopefully I will be flying soon. It's completely out of my control at this point, so I don't know, but let's just hope that soon enough we'll be back in the sky. But anyway, that is it for today's video. Thank you guys so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed it. Give it a massive thumbs up if you did. Can you guys comment what is the weirdest thing somebody has ever asked you about your job or about you personally? Let me know. I think that would be so fun to read through those comments. I'll see you all on the next video. Don't forget to spread good vibes and be kind. Bye guys.
I wonder if it's worth living now. They told me working 9 to 5 just to make it out, and now the dark nights got me needing mouth to mouth. Resuscitate my dreams, tell me what it's all about.